The boys just keep on rolling as they've won now 4 consecutive games and continue to build on their franchise record for wins in a season. Win number 51 on the year, 51-20-6 are the Leafs after their 5-2 win over the Philadelphia Flyers tonight. And now they're starting to beat bad teams. So I don't know if this is a good sign, a bad sign, or just a team that's just gearing up and they're ready for the playoffs. And there's not many games to go, Leaf fans. What is it now? 5 games to go? 6 games to go? I believe it's 5 left for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And with this win tonight, it just pushes them that much closer. With Tampa losing in regulation, the Leafs are that much closer to clinching home ice in the first round, whether it's against Tampa, whether it's against Boston. They're going to have home ice. And I'm pretty confident they're going to do so, especially the way they've been playing lately. They just got to take care of their business. And they did it tonight. And boy, oh boy, was Jack Campbell phenomenal or what? I mean, he was pretty chunky today. I really thought he was good tonight. Jack Campbell making some massive stops tonight with 39 or 37 saves on 39 shots. He was outstanding. Now, let's get to the game real quick, all right? Nothing happened in the first. Shots on goal are 15-12 in favor of Philly. It's a 0-0 game after the first period of play. We go to the second period, and Alex Kerfoot. You know, we talked about in the last video how he's now hit 50 points for the first time in his career, I believe. 13 goals, 37 assists. You know, he had a phenomenal season so far. I really thought he's been great, especially as of late. But he chips the puck around the defender, and he just goes after it, and he gets the puck down in the offensive zone, goes around the back of the net with a guy on him, stops up, loses his guy, finds a seam in front of the net to Timothy Liljegren. He lays it on a platter for him, and that shot from Timothy Liljegren, high glove side, top cheese on Martin Jones, and the Leafs are in front 1-0. And look, I don't know if you guys can agree with me or if I'm just a homer, but Timothy Liljegren has been phenomenal since Mark Giordano showed up. I mean, that's been his pair now. He's with Gio, and I think Liljegren, especially offensively, has just impressed so much. The confidence is there. And I think we're really starting to see him come into his own. I don't know. I want to get your thoughts in the comments, though. Kerfoot and Nylander have assists in that goal at 1:35 of the second period, and the Leafs are in front 1-0. Great start. However, 6 minutes later, turnover in the defensive zone by the Leafs. Gets back to the point, shot on, and stopped by Campbell. And James Van Riemsdyk. Where is he? Oh, that's not his jersey, right? The other one I used to have up there. James Van Riemsdyk jersey. He scores. He had like 3 whacks at this thing, and he ends up roofing it on Jack Campbell and JVR at 8:07 of the second period. And we're tied at 1. However, the Leafs get a power play about 5 minutes after that. And Mitch Marner gets it about the half boards, right around the circle, but on the half boards, and maybe a little bit higher than that. And there's a wide open seam, cross seam to Willie Nylander. And you know Marner's going to find that. And he fires just a hard tape-to-tape pass to Willie. He has to wait a fraction of a second to just corral the puck. He does, and he roofs it on Martin Jones, and Willie Nylander has been hot. I mean, we're talking scorching hot over the last little while, and he's picking the right time to get hot. This man is over a point per game this season. I mean, it's pretty wild. People talk about, oh, you know, we need to set some salary, trade Nylander, trade. The guy's a point per game. Like, we can argue about his effort sometimes, and we have all, at certain points during the season. But he started the year extremely strong. It looks like he's ending the year strong, if not even better than the way he started. Nylander at the power play. What is that? Power play goal. Marner and Tavares grab assists on that goal at 13:39 of the second period. And the Leafs get the lead back. It's now a 2-1 game. 6 minutes later, let's talk about this. The old farts connect on this goal. Wayne Simmons enters the zone, kind of turns his back to Keith Yandle, who wipes out, and Wayne Simmons is literally standing his back to the goalie, just stick handling there with the Keith Yandle behind him on the ground. And in comes, who was it? Spezza and Mark Giordano. He gets it back to Spezza, who's kind of coming down right in the slot. But Spezza does that, and he goes over to Giordano. Spezza goes right towards the front of that. Gio gives it back to him, and Spezza finishes it off. Oh, my goodness, what a goal. Spezza from Wayne Simmons and Mark Giordano at 19:35 of the second period. 25 seconds remain in the period, and the fourth line gets it done. And Mark Giordano, guys, point-wise, he's putting up quite a bit as a Toronto Maple Leaf, and the Leafs now lead it 3-1 after 2 periods of play, even though shots on goal were 14-8 in favor of the Flyers. Jack Campbell doing his thing, made a lot of huge stops. And we're talking about high-grade difficulty saves, right? That's the thing I've talked about all season long. Look, you can look at the stats and say, well, this guy allowed 1 goal on 30 shots. It's great. Yeah, but how difficult were those chances, right? Or look at a guy that allowed 5 goals on 40 shots, and you're like, or 5 goals on 30 shots, let's say, and you're like, damn, he didn't have a good night. But if you look at the goals, did he have any shot at these? No. But you want those goalies, those good goalies, to make 1 or 2 of those big-time saves to keep you in a game, to keep the lead up, whatever the case may be. And when it was a 1-1 game, or even a 2-1 game, Jack Campbell's making big stops to keep his team in front and allowing their offense to get flowing, where they made it 3-1 after 2 periods of play. We go to the third period, and about midway through, Ilya Lyubushkin gets the puck back at the point and just floats it on, right? Definition of floats, it's tipped halfway by David Kampf, but it's going wide, and Nylander and the defender are tied up in front of the net. It goes off the defender and in. They review it. It's a clean goal. Nylander's skate was in the crease, but there was no, could he made the stop? Of course he could. I don't know how they actually wanted to say the rule. Either way, the Leafs are up 4-1. 4-1 midway through the third period. Tensions rise when you hear 4-1 in the third period for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But you are playing the Philadelphia Flyers, not the Bruins in 2013 in the playoffs. You're not, don't worry about it. And then Allard, I think his name's Attard. I think I wrote that down. Under 3 minutes to play, he roofs it. I mean, it's just a great shot from him, short side cheese on Jack Campbell with under 3 minutes to play in the game. But then Ilya Mikheyev gets a nice feed from Pierre Engvall. And he's away to the race on the breakaway with the empty net. Not sure how that works, having basically 2 guys in behind your 5 getting the empty net or whatever. Mikheyev gets his 18th goal of the season. Brody and Engvall grab assists in the empty netter at 18:27. And the boys wrap up the W 5-2 at Scotiabank Arena, all right? Player of the game in this one. I got to give it to him. Look, the offense was great. 5-2 win. You love to see it, but that man got it done. Excuse me, what happened there? Jack Campbell got it done tonight. He was the key player in tonight's game. Shots on goal in the third period were 10-9 in favor of the Flyers, but the Leafs won that period as well. And shots on goal were 39-29 in favor of Philly. Meaningless stat. What can I say? Right, and special teams-wise, they were 0 for 3 on their power play. The Leafs were 1 for 5 on theirs. Obviously, the Nylander goal in that second period, that was the lone power play goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the lone power play for both teams in this game today, all right? But like I mentioned, the key players in tonight's game, Jack Campbell, player of the game. He was great again tonight. Fantastic, and he's really starting to find himself. I think he's won 7 straight games, I believe, and he's won 30 games this year. He's been phenomenal. Great job for Jack. Great to see him starting to feel good now heading into the stretch run into the playoffs. 2 goals on 39 shots for Jack Campbell. Ilya Mikheyev with a goal and an assist. Willie Nylander with a goal and an assist in the game. And I got to say, guys, as much as, we know Matthews, Marner, Riley, Nylander, we know all Tavares, we know all these guys are going to do their thing and they're great. Can we talk about, the effort of guys like Colin Blackwell? The fourth line was phenomenal today. Simmons, Spezza, and Abruzzese, who I think I love watching that kid play. And that Engvall, Mikheyev, and David Kampf line, that is an incredible line to watch. Line 1 through 3 and the odd time line 4, this team is very deep. And you're now seeing the D-core get confident, right? With Riley Lyubushkin and Gio and Liljegren. It's pretty damn good, at least 4. The other guy, I'm still not a Justin Hall guy. I think a lot of us aren't. But TJ Brody, I'm very confident in. And if Jake Muzzin comes back healthy, you add that extra weapon, right? And like I said, you just save him for the playoffs. There's really no point even using him down the stretch. Just save it for game 1 of the playoffs against Tampa or Boston, right? That's just my take on that. The next game for the Buds is possibly a round 1 preview as the Buds head to Tampa to take on the Lightnings at 8 p.m. puck drop there on Thursday night. Again, as we've learned, especially from the Toronto Raptors, regular season numbers against a certain opponent doesn't mean absolute squat. It just doesn't. So the Toronto Maple Leafs were saying, oh, same game against Tampa. It doesn't mean anything. But what it does mean is it'll probably push Tampa down to the point where they can't catch you. That might be the case. We'll have to do the math and all that stuff on that game. But Thursday in Tampa, 8 p.m. puck drop. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game this evening, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me, DM, all that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below if you have not done so already, guys. And I will talk to you guys on, tomorrow for sure. Raptors edition, Game 3 between the Raptors and the Philadelphia 76ers. Raptors looking to more or less stay away from elimination. You get on 3-0, it's over. You win tomorrow, you put a seed of doubt into the Philadelphia 76ers, maybe. We'll have to see tomorrow night, 8 p.m. at Scotiabank Arena. As for the Jays, they get back in action tomorrow as they're in Game 2 of the 3-game set against the Red Sox. All right. Jose Barrios, Nick Pivetta is the pitching matchup there at 7:10. Again, I'll have my Jose Bautista jersey on post-game. So hopefully that changes something for the Jays tomorrow night. Probably not, but we'll see. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're back in action, as we said, on Thursday in Tampa, taking on the Lightning, 8 p.m. puck drop there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.